So nomenclature of amines. Name the following compounds. So we have to end everything in amines. Okay, so here, depending on how you want to name it, and I'm going to name it both ways, okay, because there's an IUPAC way and then there's a general name. So for example, in the first one, okay, this group right here is the ethyl group. This group on this side is going to be the propyl group. Okay, so here, the first name, which is going to be the general name for us, is going to be ethyl propylamine. Okay, so that's the general name that you have for this. For IUPAC, you know that you need the longest chain. Okay, that would be your base name. So the longest chain here is the propyl chain. Okay, 3-carbon chain. So it means that propanamine is going to be a base, which means that the ethyl group is now connected to the nitrogen. So which means that this is going to be N-ethyl propanamine. Okay, so one of the longer chain becomes your base name, okay, and the other part then gets attached to the nitrogen. Okay, and so remember, this is the IUPAC. Now I can give you both ways, right, in an exam and all that, so you be careful. Anybody can give you any names, because you know we teach you both the general names and the IUPAC, so you have to be ready for everything. Let's look at the next one. So here you have an amine group and you have an alcohol also, okay, in here. So this is a good time to talk about priorities, okay. So in case of priorities with amines, amines don't get any priority, sadly, okay. It's one of the last functional groups we do, but sadly it doesn't make it the highest priority group. So between amine group and an alcohol, amine group has no priority. Actually, amine group has no priority over any group, okay, and so you just treat it like a substituent, okay. So which means your numbering has to start from the alcohol carbon. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, okay, over here. So this is methyl, and the amine group is called the amino group. All right, so please be careful whether it is alkenes, alkynes, alcohols, aldehydes, acid, whatever it is, amines get no priority, okay, over nomenclature. They're just like any other substituent, okay. So your base name here is going to be butanol, because that's where the alcohol is, okay. So that's what your base name will be. So let's go ahead and write the name for this. So 4-amino 3-methyl butane 1-all. So you can also say 1-butanol if you want to, or butane 1-all. It's up to you. But your base name has to be the alcohol. Your numbering has to start from the alcohol. Okay, so amines have no priority. So similarly, as we're looking at the third one to do also, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case also, amino acids definitely have the highest priority anyway. And so this is going to be 2-amino. Maybe I should write it nicely, huh? That would be helpful. So 2-amino pentanoic acid. Okay, so there we go. Can erase all that. So 2-amino pentanoic acid. Let's look at the last one. And in case of the last one, now we actually have a benzene ring, okay, in here. So our names, I'll give you both names again, the general name. So here is a methyl group, okay. So this is methyl, this is ethyl, and this is phenyl. Don't forget phenyl, not benzyl, okay. It's a benzene ring, but it's a phenyl group. All right, so you can take it a general way. So ethyl, methyl, phenylamine. So that would be one name, and this is the general name. Okay, so now if you wanted to give it an official name, an IUPAC name, you choose the longest ring, or the biggest ring, or the longest chain. The ring here is of course going to take priority, so which means that nitrogen connected to a benzene ring is aniline. Okay, so there's going to be aniline is going to be a base name, so it means it's going to be N-ethyl, N-methyl aniline. So aniline is going to be your base name, and this is the IUPAC name. I hope that is clear.